Hey everyone, welcome to today's video where I'm sharing with you guys my 2024 Standout Oracle decks. My previous video, I shared my Standout Tarot decks for this year, and so I thought I would do my Oracle decks as well. And these are in no particular order, and I didn't put a specific number, like I don't have top 10, top 5, any of that. These are just, I just went through my collection, and the ones that I have worked with the most this year, I pulled out. So I'm just going to go ahead and dive in. So the first one is the Citadel Oracle and a Fez, what's the name? Fez Right? Hold on, I have the box right here. Just a second. Fez Ink Right is the author of this one and the creator of this one. And I love this deck for multiple reasons. I love using it as an archetype deck. It has this like beautiful gold foil on it too. But it has archetypes right here, and the messages in the guidebook is really great too. It's like, it's all based off of like tabletop games like Dungeons and Dragons and things like that. So I really love it because it really helps you to like immerse yourself into the world, or imagine that you're part of this world, this citadel, this city, and you have all these characters, like the thief and like their story in the books. Like it's an experience. It's really cool. And so I really enjoy it for that aspect. But I also realized this year that I love using it as a clarifying oracle as well. Because if I want to use it as a clarifying oracle, I don't reference the guidebook. I just focus on these keywords down here. So like the Herald, small regrets, longing. So it gives you a few different keywords, and like the painter here, we got productivity and creation. And look at that. And that red paint, it has these golden like flowers in it. It's so pretty. So I love oracle decks that kind of give me that like dual or like just versatility. So I can use it for archetypes and I can use it for the clarifying. So I've really been enjoying this one a lot. I also really appreciate the fact that when like the characters, like you have the elemental symbols on the back here as well, and it's because of the Citadel is set up and based on like the elements. So you have like certain like levels of the city and they're arranged like per element, which I just think that's so cool. Another oracle deck that I love is the Isis Oracle. Now this is the mini version, which I love because if I just need like a real quick message, a little advice, you know, just something real like quick and snappy. I love this mini deck for that. I do have the large edition and I love the guidebook by Alana Fairchild. And like there's a lot to those guidebooks though, so it does take longer. But if you just do like a daily draw with it and you want to sit there and you want to take your time and read through the message and all of that, it's great and wonderful. But again, for something quick and simple, I love this deck. I actually have the Kali Oracle as well, but I just have the large edition, and the small ones on my wish list because I just love this. I love being able to pull a card and have a quick message there from Isis, and the artwork on this deck is so beautiful. I really love this one. I love working with her. She's the mother, you know, has that motherly, nurturing, healing energy, caring. And then she is also the goddess of magic. So I love working with her. So that's the Isis Oracle. Next up is an independently produced deck. It's on Make Playing Cards. And it's made by Astro Lady Tarot, who is also here on YouTube. I love her videos as well. So Anna from Astro Lady Tarot, this is her magical guidance cards. And I love this deck because every single step of the process of making this was an intention. She had to actually do the spells in this deck to create it. She like took all the photos at nighttime, in the evening or nighttime, and it's like a toolkit. And it's so cool. And like you have your keywords on the back here, but then there's also space for like if I want to add my own meanings. I can. I did like a whole unboxing on this channel of this deck, if you want to watch it, but I love the pictures, and I love that this deck can be used in any way I want. There's 90 cards. I've heard of some people like going through and picking out cards and making their own tarot deck with it. I've heard of people using it as an oracle deck, but animated. And she said there's no rules. Like, you can use it however you see fit. She made it for her purpose of having like magical, like the title, magical guidance, like being able to pick a card and be like, okay, this is the magical practice I need to do today. And it's like, you know, nothing, stillness, void, chaos. It's just, it's beautiful, and I love it. And also the fact that, I think she mentioned it in one of her videos when she was talking about this deck, that you can also literally use this as a toolkit. Like, if you yourself don't have like all the items to like do a spell, use this and journey with a card in like meditation, and like use it as your tool. Like, if you don't have a tarot deck or something, or if you don't have a potion, or if you don't have cauldron, or you can use the items in this. So it's really fascinating. It's like a study deck too, which I mentioned in my tarot deck video, that I love study decks. I love ones that I can really sink my teeth into. So that is the magical guidance cards, which I absolutely love. I'll put that back in the bag later. Okay, next one, which I've had this deck for a little while now. I think I got it last year. And at first, I mean, I love it. I love this deck. This is the Vampire Oracle. But I've connected with it more this year, and I leave her up here on my space so I can like always come through and shuffle her, and pull cards. And like the guidebook, of course, I mean, the guidebook's amazing. But I just love being able to pull a card and just read the keywords. Again, I just love the keywords in this deck. It's also a good clarifying deck, but I love just pulling the cards and just seeing what the message is. Hope, anticipation, bright prospects, wish. Like, it's just so straight and to the point. This is a deck that I love using for that. Just to get straight to the point. And this deck, when I pull like multiple cards, it tells a story like flawlessly. Like, I just get so much information if I pull more than one card from this deck. So it's an extremely helpful one to me on my journey as well. Next up is the Magick of You Oracle by Fiona Horn. This deck, I love the guidebook as well. The guidebook's really neat because she also includes rituals that you can do with the cards. Here's the backing. I love this deck because, again, it has like keywords down here, or a key phrase or word down here at the bottom as well. But the cards are so beautiful. It's like ethereal, mystical, like just, it's like a whole other world. But I've been using this deck with my Tarot of Vampires by Ian Daniels, and I've been getting some amazing messages, and I've been journaling like crazy lately. I don't know if it's just because it's like, you know, that time of year too, like, you know, winter, where you're just inside and doing a lot of like inner reflections and kind of hermiting. I don't know what it is, but I've been journaling a lot. Like the other day I did a spread and I journaled like 5 pages because just from this deck and Tarot of Vampires. So this one has definitely been a key part in my like introspection time recently. So I've really been enjoying it. So that is, oh, well, that one I've been getting a lot. So this deck has really been special recently. Okay, these next 3 decks are, well, this one I got at the beginning of this year. The other 2 are more recent, so I don't know them. I'm still working with them a lot to get to know them, and especially this one too. Even though I've had this one for a while, this is the Faeries Oracle by Brian Froud. The guidebook is amazing. I absolutely love it because there's an exercise in it that I feel like you can use with any deck as well, just to get to know it better. And so that's like really helpful, but I feel like there's always going to be learning and studying with this deck too, because the Fae are flying all over the place. They're tricky and it's fascinating. Like there you have the energies, you have the earth beings, you have the tricksters, you have like, this deck is something else. But I love it. I love working with them. That one right there just like makes me smile. I do. I love working with this deck. So I love them too. They just make me smile and they're just sweet. I like this deck. I like working with them and studying with them. And so that's one that I'm still like working with, but again, I really like it. Another one that's like been a pretty good study deck for me is the Magickal Botanical. There we go. I love this deck too. I love the artwork and I love the fact that you have all of these plants. I mean, it's plant magic and a lot of them are poisonous. So like, even if you wanted to work a spell around something or, you know, do some kind of magical intention or anything like that, you wouldn't be able to have some of these. And so in the guidebook, it even talks about like how you can work with these cards and the plant spirit. So that way you're safe and not having to actually work with the plant itself. You're working with the plant spirit. And I love that. It's so unique. The guidebook messages, like for divination purposes, are really good and good for journaling. And so, yeah, it's also, I mean, it's a study deck as well, because I'm not a green witch. So I don't like work with plants and stuff as much, even though it does interest me. I think that's why I like this deck too. I just like learning about the different plants and herbs and the trees and stuff like that in here. So this deck's been really fun as well to get to know and learn and grow with. The next one, which I actually received on Halloween, which I love, is the Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle. This is the only one in the series I have, and that's probably going to stay that way because I do know there's only like a couple others, I think, with like, this is illustrated by Giada Rose, and then they had switched the artist, and I don't know, it just doesn't feel the same. And this is like the very first one they ever came out with. I love the backings too, and the red edging. So this might be the only one I have in this collection, or that I want. But I really like this one too. Again, I haven't had this one for very long, but I love the artwork. And I had profound experiences with it on Samhain, because right after I got it, I cleansed it. And since I received it on Halloween, and then Samhain is on November 1st. Or like it's midnight October 31st to midnight November 1st. So I did a lot of journaling and spreads with this deck on Samhain, and yeah, I had really good experiences with it. So this one's already really special to me, and I can't wait to see how our journey continues to grow, or how our relationship continues to grow. So that is Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle. Also again, and this is of course by Lorraine Anderson and Juliet Diaz. I also really love the guidebook. There's a lot of good information in here at the beginning as well, with spreads and a good introduction. But yeah, the spreads in here were really amazing. There was one in here I think I did use on Samhain as well, but I really do like this one a lot. Okay, I think is that all? Yes. Okay, that's all of my Oracle decks for 2024. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments below what Oracle decks you guys worked with a lot this year, because I would love to know. And I will catch you guys all in the next one. Bye.